celeb for the First Amendment. Vanessa Sousa, God bless you. Thank you so much. We'll be back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media
You
operations.
let the worst people get controlled and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime Directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.
I don't know what it is. Ralph just won't pay any attention to me. When he comes home from work, all he ever does is play video games and go to sleep. It's like I don't even exist.
Oh, Betty, that's just awful.
Does this seem familiar? If the answer to this question is yes, then listen carefully. Toxic pesticides, GMO foods and additives, BPA plastics, contaminated water supplies. Many of these toxic additives are deliberately engineered to attack and weaken human masculinity. It's part of the eugenics population control movement. Look it up. If men are more interested in online gaming than they are in their wives, a serious population crisis is soon to follow. Energize the man in your life with Super Male Vitality from InfoWarsLife.com. It's designed to aid the body in ways that help invigorate your natural systems without artificial testosterone, completely free of GMOs, harmful additives, gluten, and is made right here in the USA. Get your Super Male Vitality right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride, it is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and use promo code WATER to get 10% off their entire family of incredible products. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
His name?
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. I order all those assembled to immediately disperse.
It's a military mission in North St. Louis. Heavily armored vehicles are rolling into town.
And don't be alarmed if you see those over the next 7 days rolling through your neighborhood.
If you see military helicopters flying low over Minneapolis, do not be alarmed.
Guns will be taken. No one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in.
Just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
Enough.
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 The Department of Homeland Security is apparently on a huge ammo buying spree.
It comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
And as KSLA News 12 Jeff Farrell discovered, the clergy would help the government with potentially their biggest problem. Us.
So part of it is we have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help, not harm kids, according to 2 new studies in the journal Pediatrics.
Black Hawk choppers soaring through the night sky, but this is only a drill.
Heavily armed officers in Watertown search for the suspect, house to house.
joint military training exercise involving local police, also military.
In your apartment! I am in my apartment, sir.
Go back inside right now!
I am inside. I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming.
The dramatic scene played out in front of our cameras. Parents grabbing their children and running after spending the night hunkering in their houses and then finding themselves face to face with the muzzle of a SWAT officer's rifle.
They let them in the area. They told them they could come in, and now they're coming in like they're trespassers, punching and shoving people.
We're not turning our guns in, and we're not running, and we're not backing down. If you want them, come and take them.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
This is the heart of 1776.
All right, folks, we've got the Las Vegas Police Department and Sheriff's Department clips here. And the globalists have been building up a war. They've been building up tanks, helicopters, weapons, literally drilling against George Washington himself in the training manuals, bad-mouthing the Founding Fathers. The Founding Fathers wouldn't be welcome in the military. If you're not a communist, you're not good. There's a lot of pressure in this country. There's a lot of unstable people. And Jared and Amanda Miller were the classic type that wanted to be somebody, kind of like natural-born killers, if you believe the picture put on the internet that anybody could be framed with. I personally have had people put up fake websites of me, fake audio, edited video. So I've been through this a lot. I don't just believe a criminal government that staged Fast and Furious and so many other events and that funds Al-Qaeda. But they are now all over the news. If you type my name into Google News, trying to connect me, Ron Paul, Rand Paul, you name it, to this. And they were doing it last night before anything was even found. And now they're saying, yes, they were at the Cliven Bundy Ranch. And yes, they're part of the white supremacist sovereign citizen. They mix white supremacist in with sovereign citizen, and then that's a label they put on anybody that's basically not left of Lenin. So here is a clip of that press conference. And I want to open the phones up to you out there to get your take on what you think about this. While, again, honeybees kill 200-something people, wasps kill hundreds of people every year, deer jumping out in front of cars kill over 300. I mean, you know, cops, #1 cause of death being dying in automobile accidents or being hit while they're writing tickets. You know, they're gangbangers that shoot cops for no reason. I mean, you know, cops not one of the most dangerous professions. It's not like a Navy diver or something, but it can be a dangerous profession. I don't want that job, especially with the type of federalization you've got, what they're being told to do. But I've said it before. I mean, as for a restoration of this republic, a intellectual velvet revolution, the police, even though we see bad videos of them and bad examples and bad apples, despite all the things the system's doing, they've been bucking the system. And they're more pro-gun than the general public by light years. They're more aware of what's going on because they understand criminology and things, especially cops that have been in a while, you know, who aren't just out writing tickets. And the military is the most awake group. I mean, just 80+%. Then you've got the police. I mean, I got to say 50, 60, 70%, maybe higher. Secret Service. I mean, if I'm in a restaurant, there's Secret Service in there. I can't stop them buying me food and drinks. Federal Marshal, same deal. And then you're like, I'm getting mad at these people all day talking bad about them. And they're all, oh, we know, we know. I mean, I was down at the Federal building for the JFK thing, and the feds were like waving, hey, Alex, we like the show. And the security guard, federal security police, or actually police, and all this other stuff. But then it didn't matter. The Dallas police were listeners. So they hired a group of thug auxiliary bouncers in dressed like 6'4" guys on average, dressed up in sheriff's department outfits that are openly Democratic Party to literally beat people up for no reason, just so they could, you know. So I've said this to everybody. I know people are mad about the system, bad about the corrupt courts, mad about not being able to pay your bills, and then the cop pulls you over and gives you a ticket, whatever. That's no reason to kill somebody if this was real. It has a lot of signs it could have been staged. I don't know. But if people want to lose to the New World Order and the globalists, they will start when the globalists stage more of this or wind people up to do this and the cops start getting more brutal to the liberty movement. If the public goes crazy when that happens, it'll be a civil war. So I would tell the police, and I think most departments are smart enough to know this, if you go out picking fights with people that are in the Tea Party, picking fights with people that are in the liberty movement, who statistically are the most law-abiding citizens out there, you can pull those numbers up, you're going to have some kind of comic book character, DC Comics type, goth pib, and I'm not against goths or pibs, but you know what I mean. Look at most of the mass shooters have been into goth death and comic books and shoot 'em up video games and nihilism and drug culture. And this guy's Facebook and his other pages on planetinfowars.com, that's what they basically said they were into. They were desperate. They felt disempowered. They felt powerless. And so they went out and found some Las Vegas cops to kill, if you believe the official story. Which, again, we don't know if it's true or not. The most senseless, pointless, mindless, stupid, loser, just the worst thing you could do. I mean, why not start following Harry Reid around to his different luncheons and stuff and call yourself press? You are. Start a website, put advertising on it, use the enemy's own system, Google ads on it, and finance yourself exposing them peacefully. And I mean, they'll hate you. There's nothing they can do because there's too many of us. Yeah, this happened in Harry Reid's territory. It happened right after the Bundy Ranch thing. You knew they'd pull something. I said they're going to pull a false flag, probably shooting cops. And I know I said that probably since Bundy Ranch thing 100 times. In the last couple of years, 300, 400, 500 times. You've all heard it ad nauseum. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. We'll find the clips. We found some of them, but not the specific ones. Because if I was the globalist who are willing to stage all these other false flags, I would have black ops grab these people out of their houses to set up patsies because they fit a profile with their emails, get them in the back of a truck, march them into the Walmart, shoot them both in the head, have an inside job security guy in the Walmart turn the security camera off in that area. This is just one way to do it. I'm not saying this is how it was done. This is just one way to do it. And then you had people, I bet they were dressed up, whoever did it. That's the disguise. The Joker and a lady shoot the cops, then go in, shoot one more for good measure, and then right at the same time, 1 minute later, again, they don't even know why they're there. They get shot in the head. Or maybe they're drugged and you bring them in. Or maybe they're organically produced by the sick society. I don't know. But because some guy wants to dress up in a clown outfit, and kids and Mr. Skinny outfits, just because they want to do that, and then go around killing people. I don't need to lose my butcher knives at my house because you've got kids all over the country. Let me find the article right here. Going around killing people, saying they're doing it for, there it is, Wisconsin girl stabs 19 times by friends, leaves hospital after telling family she wanted to live. And then again, they do it because of the comic book character, the Slender Man, saying Skinny Man. And then a 12-year-old stabbed, all this stuff. I mean, the guy with the Hunger Games director supposedly killed 6 people and then himself 7. 3 of them were stabbed. That was like buried in the news. Who knows if any of this is real? And you notice Dianne Feinstein has introduced a bill to get family members to rat on each other over guns. And if a family member just says they're concerned about it, not even that you made a threat, your guns are gone. To the end of the Second Amendment, Feinstein and Box introduced a bill to rat out family member with a firearm exploiting Isla Vista shooting in a new bid to confiscate firearms for American citizens. California Democrats Senator Dianne Feinstein and Barbara Boxer are exploiting the shooting in a new bid. The Pause for Safety Act will allow families. This guy had the police called like 5 times on him, all sorts of stuff. Been saying he was going to kill people, if you even believe it. Families and others to seek gun violence prevention order in court will allow police to confiscate firearms from people